You know the music. Time to dance.
I guess we're at the inner sanctum here at the Halo 3 ODST demo booth. Can you tell us a little bit about what people get to experience in here?
Well, what we're doing in here is we're letting people play our new cooperative multiplayer mode. So this is called Firefight. And basically this is a chance for people who may be a little bit intimidated by the Halo 3 competitive multiplayer experience online. Well, this gives them a chance to have a very similar experience, but play more cooperatively together. So you and 3 of your friends can get together. You're playing, rather than playing against other people online, you're actually playing against the Covenant. And you're basically playing for points. You have a set number of lives that your team shares, so it sort of promotes that cooperative play. And you're basically trying to continue to fight against waves of Covenant. We switch up the waves. Some of them are generated randomly. You're earning points. If you're familiar with the skulls from Halo 2 and Halo 3, we're introducing those as part of this gameplay as well, too. So we're like turning some of those on and turning some off, and then we're sort of setting them up in different combinations. So that really switches up the kind of gameplay that you're going to get while you're playing. So you really have to switch up your tactics, find new ways that you can work with your team. Whether it's you got to find a new way to regenerate your health, or the enemies are now throwing grenades a lot faster than they were before. It really changes up the gameplay and makes it really interesting.
One thing that I noticed, you revealed that you're going to get to play as different ODST throughout the story campaign.
The sort of big difference was that whenever we're telling the Master Chief story, right, it's a gigantic story. I mean, you're gallivanting all over the universe, right, going to different locations. It's a really, really big story. With ODST, the story is much more contained. It's a smaller story. It actually happens in the timeline between Halo 2 and Halo 3. So actually, when you're dropping down, you'll actually remember that scene from Halo 2 where the Covenant cruiser warps out of New Mombasa. But here we're like really focusing on a small amount of time, a small group of characters, and really trying to tell sort of more of an intimate story of just what happened to this group of ODSTs. So in order to do that, we thought it would be really cool if you could sort of see it from their different perspectives and sort of throw in the time changing, where it's like when you start off as the rookie, you're actually late at night, and the city's definitely had a lot of destruction done to it. But you're coming back and playing as some of the other characters in your ODST squad and finding out, you're sort of like solving the mystery of exactly what happened to them, because at the beginning of the game you all sort of get scattered across the city and you're basically trying to regroup with those guys. And so as you're playing these different times, you're getting their different perspectives and sort of piecing together the sort of mystery of what happened to your squad, eventually hopefully getting everybody back together and figure out how you can get out of New Mombasa.
How would you say that playing as an ODST changes the gameplay, and what remains sort of Halo, the Halo that we've grown to love?
Well, there's definitely some differences, right? I mean, as a Spartan, you can jump super high. You have shields that regenerate. As an ODST, you can't really run quite as fast. You can't jump quite as high. But the gameplay really is the same, although it feels just a little bit different. But it still feels the same. I don't know. I mean, you still use weapons the same way that you did before, although you can't dual wield. You can't use equipment like the Master Chief could. The Covenant will still use it against you. It's just that you can't use it. But as far as the gameplay, it actually feels a little bit more tactical, because you have to be more careful. You don't have quite the power that a Spartan does. But it really makes it interesting, because you have to approach the encounters a little more tactically, and especially in the city of New Mombasa at night. I mean, it's a big, wide open city, right? So it's not linear, so you can come into different areas, roundabouts, different streets, however you want, and there's Covenant patrols that are coming around, so you really have to be careful about taking on too much, because you can sort of get yourself in a situation where you could get overwhelmed by the Covenant, so you got to be a little bit more careful. But you still use weapons, like I said. In ODST, we have a couple of new weapons, sound-suppressed SMG, which is the submachine gun, and then we also have a sound-suppressed pistol. So if you remember the pistol from Halo 1, this is going to feel very familiar to you. It's definitely very powerful. It's got zoom on it. You take down somebody's shields, and you can take them out with a headshot from the pistol. So it's really satisfying to use.
Is it a correct term to say that you're sort of completing the Halo 3 experience with this game?
No, I wouldn't say that we're completing the Halo 3 experience. I think this really is kind of a different experience. I would say what we're really more doing is sort of broadening how you can play Halo. And so, by just focusing on that smaller story, changing up some of the game mechanics, doing some work on the AI to work well in a much more open environment, you're just gonna have a different kind of Halo experience, even though it's gonna feel still familiar. So we definitely didn't want to lose all the fun aspects, right? So it's going to feel fun.
And we got another good piece of news that you're keeping up with the September tradition for Halo games, that we're going to get it quite bit sooner than I was expecting.
Yeah, that's correct. We're actually finished with the game completely right now, and then it's going to be released in.
You're just making us wait.
Well, it's going to be released on shelves. It's going to be September 22nd. Yeah, so we're excited about that.
Can we expect a demo or something?
Can you expect a demo? Oh, to be released before the game comes out? No, we won't be doing that, huh?
All right, too bad. So September 22nd then.
September 22nd. At least I don't think there's any plans to do a demo. I haven't heard of any yet. And I would hope I would because I'm the producer. So
Thank you very much for your time.
it's been my pleasure. It's great talking to you.